Wuchang Fallen Feathers blends Souls-like difficulty with Chinese folklore. It can be really punishing if you don't understand these systems early on, but once you do, the game is really fun and definitely has a similar feeling to Sekiro. And before we begin, if you see these green and yellow marks across bridges, you can just cross them. And if you see them pop up out of the ground, kill them for good loot before they disappear. So here are 10 things I wish I knew before I started and to help you get good. In most Souls-like, dodging is for spacing, but in Wuchang, it's actually part of your offense. Dodging, and especially perfect dodges, actually recharge your Skyborn Might, that pink feather icon on the bottom left of your screen. This energy fuels your spells, weapon techniques, and heavy attacks. And what makes it even more broken is if you actually have time to dodge behind an enemy and immediately use a heavy attack, you'll trigger an instant stun, very similar to Dark Souls 1. So just like in Sekiro, your defense is your offense. And with that said, don't expect every weapon to have the same defensive tools. So while you can dodge regardless of the weapon you have, tools like axes come with block mechanics by default, and others are more about clashes and parries. These are weapon-specific abilities, not universal systems. That means the skill tree becomes very important. If you want to counter with the sword, you have to unlock it first. So learn how each weapon's defense works by inspecting it so you can take full advantage of the system. And this becomes more and more important as you play because you unlock more abilities. Temperance is your build-defining tool. Temperance was something that really confused me early on. I didn't know how to use it or what exactly it was. And it may just look like another ability slot, but it's actually much deeper than that. You equip these special needles through the tempering menu, which alter how your character behaves in combat. You start with one charge, but you can upgrade to 4, I think, by endgame. Each one is activated by pressing square or X, depending on what controller you have. And most of these are obtained by defeating demon manifestations or through hidden exploration. These grant buffs, temporary forms, or passive abilities. And a 4 would probably have the feature that truly makes this game unique. The madness bar builds every time you die, 15 points per death. This is shown in the bottom left of your screen with the pink feathers or in the character status menu. This isn't just a death counter. When you reach 100%, an inner demon version of yourself spawns in the world, and you've probably seen this by now. First time I saw this, I literally thought it was an enemy, and then I died to it and just couldn't find it again. This doppelganger inherits your skills and will attack anything, including enemies and NPCs. And then once you kill it, your madness resets to 0. And the demon also has your feathers in possession. But here's the twist. Having madness at around 50% or higher comes with buffs. It'll hit harder and unlock new abilities, meaning your madness becomes a calculated decision. So you can stay in the danger zone and you'll be rewarded, but going too far can actually be costly. The higher it is, the more feathers you lose. Now, it has been said that it raises your damage and damage taken. However, others have already pointed out, I've actually seen the opposite effect where it can raise your defense. So I recommend keeping this around 50%. That's the sweet spot. And unlike traditional Souls games and Souls-likes, this game actually does guide you. The game gives you a red arrow on your compass when a shrine is nearby and a yellow one when an NPC is close. Pay attention to this. Obviously, they are good for saving, upgrading, and fast traveling, but NPCs often hold new quests, weapons, or lore. And you can track all of this from the teleport menu, and you'll see an icon next to the area that they're in whenever they have an update for you. So while Wuchang doesn't shove the side quests in your face, the tools are there to find them. If you look, enemies with a red glow in their eyes will drop red feathers, one of the main ways to increase your weapon mastery and base damage. These also appear in hard to reach areas tucked behind optional paths. So if you want to hit harder without having to rely on leveling up, get these. These are the closest thing Wuchang has to upgradable materials for your weapons, and they're limited, so spend them wisely. Each weapon scales with different attributes. This is shown on the right side of your screen with the lotus symbol. This isn't unique to Wuchang, but it is easy to overlook. Your stats don't matter unless your weapon scales with them. Obviously, you want to experiment with new weapons and try them, but make sure you upgrade things wisely. Throughout the game, you'll find blue statues with short riddles. These are actually puzzles, and the solution is emoting. Just use the gesture they hint at, like meditating or bow. And then once you'll solve it, you'll be rewarded with actually pretty good items. You'll get skill points, consumables, or even key quest items. Some are in obvious spots, but others are pretty well hidden, so just keep an eye out for these. And also, keep an eye out for the crows. Seriously, if you see them, kill them. These often drop rare feathers that give temporary buffs, faster stamina regen, stronger spell casting, etc. And the best way to take these out is by equipping your throwing daggers from the menu and just pressing square X. These are easy to miss when you're running around, but they can give you an edge in a boss fight or tough encounter. And yes, health is always important, but in Wuchang, Skyborn energy is what makes the difference between surviving and thriving. Mana powers your spells, heavy attacks, and temperance skills. The golden chests that are around the map are what give you the materials you need to upgrade these. Make this a priority early, and you'll notice a massive jump in surviving. Forgotten Remembrances increase the amount of charges you have, and the Lost Remains increase the amount of health that is restored upon each use. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you. Make sure to drop a like if you want a part 2, and also comment any other tips you have down below to help players. And check out my channel. I try to make videos to help people find good games and then get good at those games.